Welcome into Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. Stewart Robson is here, as is, oh look, Shaka Hislop, who was due to be on Friday's Extra Time. But what happened, Shaq?
Well, it was right in the middle of the day, which is kind of a nap time. And then I was hanging on for a while and I dozed off. It was a short doze, but
what a life.
It was a doze.
Yep, expensive doze. Shaka, did you dance the Macarena when it was at its peak of popularity?
I can't remember dancing the Macarena, but chances are my good lady wife forced me into dancing the Macarena.
Yep. I bet Robbo loved it. You were all over the Macarena, Robbo.
I wouldn't even know how to do it, what it is, or what era it was in. As you know, Dan, I'm not a dancer. The only time you've ever seen me dance
I think it was released in 1993, we worked out.
It's slightly more seriously than you did.
Oh, no, I've dropped it again. Oh,
Which
sugar.
one was in Macarena? Was it Macarena?
It's supposed to happen this time.
Put your arms across your shoulders and do your hips and... My wife's doing it over there.
Dance. Okay, terrible song and a terrible dance.
You missed my wife doing the Macarena, Dan.
Okay.
It's concerning.
Oh, did she? Did Desha do it?
Yep. Trying to remind me of my Macarena days that she forced me to partake in.
When she was happy before you. Is it too early to call Pepe a flop at Arsenal, Robbo?
Slightly too early. He hasn't been a great success this season so far. He's had one or two good games, a couple of good free kicks, but I'm not sure they found the right position for him. They've tried him on the right wing, where he played most of his time in France. Then they tried to play him up front for a couple of games. Yeah, he's got pace, he can do lots of things. At the moment, they haven't got the best out of him. He doesn't look a confident player. So he's a flop at the moment, but I think he can get better next year under Arteta.
Robbo, this one for you as well. No English manager has ever won the Premier League. Why is that?
Because the coaching system isn't good enough, I don't think. The coaching system is run by the FA. The FA dictate exactly what the coaching syllabus is, and I don't think it's good enough. So we're not producing imaginative coaches, we're not producing the best coaches possible, and that's why most clubs now, the top clubs, look for foreign managers, because they've got a better knowledge, they've got better tactical understanding and better technical development.
Shaka, in your career, as you changed teams, were there any changes in the tactics that the teams used which had an impact on how you played?
Well, probably the biggest impact was with Newcastle United, where the philosophy very much was we're going to go out there and outscore the opposition. Listen, it was fantastic for us. It was a great time to be involved with Newcastle, but as a goalkeeper, at times I was, you felt a little bit unprotected. Other than that, the other teams had more balance to them, but Newcastle, we were there to entertain, to score goals.
Robbo, who's the best player that you've ever played with?
I'm going to go with a player who was past his best when I played with him, Liam Brady. He'd come back from Italy. He joined me at West Ham. And even though he was 33, 34 and had one or two injuries, he still had great skill, great vision. He was a joy to play with. If you made a run, you knew he'd find you. And he just, unfortunately, was just past his best. But he was an outstanding player and a great character as well. He was probably the best player that I played with.
Shaka, have you ever had a training ground bust-up?
No, I haven't. I've witnessed a fair few. A couple at Newcastle, one at West Ham that I think everybody remembers very well because it was caught on camera between John Hartson and Al Berkovic. But me involved in that kind of bust-up, nah.
I reckon it's a yes from our other guest.
I knew you were going to come to me on that one, Dan. Yes, I did have one or two bust-ups. I sometimes took the law into my own hands if I didn't think the coach was dealing with the situation quite well enough. But the biggest bust-up I had involving training was with one of the coaches, which was Phil Neal. at the time was the assistant manager of Coventry, and we had a row in the manager's office. I thought he was going to swing a punch at me, but I got one in first. And that was the end of the matter.
Oh, good.
Robbo and his temper.
I know.
Oh, dear. Robbo, how is your home workout in your garden gym doing?
Very well, actually, yes. Every day I work out for about 40 odd minutes to an hour. It's very pleasurable. The sun's shining into the room. Lots of rowing, lots of ski erg, and a lot of weight. So at the moment, I've actually lost 7 pounds in the last couple of weeks.
Wow,
Yeah,
Robbo.
I found them.
So
Yeah.
Craig,
I found your 7 pounds and a few more on the way.
When Craig works out, Robbo, he has no music, no nothing. He just has a towel over the machine so he can't see how far he's gone. He just stares into that towel's soul for an hour. Do you listen to music? I can't imagine you listen to anything.
Then, what do you take me for? I have the radio on in the background. The dog, if I'm doing interval training on the rower, while I row, the dog goes away, and when I take my rest, the dog comes back and I give it a little stroke, and it knows that I've only got 2 minutes recovery, so it then goes off again. We have a nice little time in my gym, let me tell you.
What do you listen to?
Well, should I advertise Heart Radio? That's what I listen to because it's the only good reception I can get in the gym.
Right.
It's a channeling,
Okay,
obviously, in England.
beautiful. Shaka, how's your workout routine going?
Very well, thank you very much. I've been very consistent during this quarantine period.
Yep. I bet you have. I bet you have, Shaq. Final thing, and it's on food. Has Shaka ever served either of us shark bait? No. No, he
Bacon
hasn't.
shark.
I don't think Shaka
Yeah,
served me
bait
that.
and shark.
Not shark bait. I'll serve you all as shark bait. You need to go to Trinidad for good bacon shark. You have no idea what you're missing
right,
out on.
let's go
I'm
before
telling you.
Okay. Well, let's go before Robbo
hungry
starts
now.
throwing punches at us all. That is it. Thank you very much, ESPN FC. Back on your screens tomorrow. Maybe Shaka will stay awake for tomorrow. Who knows? We'll
I'll
find
be
out.
here.
Bye-bye.
I'll be right here.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.